Hey guys, what's up? Today I wanted to shoot a video and give you guys a tour of my home gym. Some of you have been asking for kind of what does your gym look like, what are all the things you have in it, and so today I thought I would do that. I will include a link to some posts that I have on my website that has a lot of the links to some of the things if you're interested in purchasing some of these items exactly the way that I have them. Feel free, those are just links that you can go to from my Amazon mainly because that's where I get a lot of my stuff from fitness perspective. So keep in mind that when I'm going through some of this stuff that I have, I've accumulated this over the course of about 6 to 8 years, and so don't feel like that you have to have everything that I have from a day one perspective. I went basically 2 years with this bench and that set of dumbbells and did not need to have all the stuff that I have here today. I've just progressed with my fitness and wanted to do some additional type of workouts with powerlifting, and that's why I've included the rack. But so you don't need everything. You really just need the basics to get started, and then you can, as you progress like I did, you can add to your collection. So first, getting into things, like I mentioned earlier, the first couple of things that I bought when I first got started was this bench and the set of dumbbells that you see here. So these are both from Bowflex, and these are the 1090 version of the dumbbells, the adjustable dumbbells, and that's the 3.1 version of the bench. And so if I had to do it all over again, I probably would buy the 5.1 version of that bench just because it has some additional angles that you can position the bench at, and the 1090 dumbbells were a great option for me. I'm glad I went with the heavier weights because even though it took me a while to get up to using 90 pounds per dumbbell, I definitely would have gone through the 52.5 dumbbells, which are over here. These are the 552 models of the same Bowflex adjustable dumbbells, and so I definitely would have gone through that set of dumbbells faster and ultimately would have had to purchase those anyway. So go bigger maybe than you think you might need originally or initially, but these are obviously going to be cheaper than those. I also have the flooring, which is just foam flooring. This is about a half-inch thick foam flooring that you can pick up at like any sporting goods store or Walmart or something like that. I think you can get 6 for about $20. And just for reference, so you can kind of see how big my room is, these are 2 feet by 2 feet. So we've got 6 this way and then 5 that way, which makes this a, obviously 12 by 10 room. So I got a lot of stuff in here for 12 by 10 feet of space, but if you don't have quite that much room, don't feel bad about that. Just work with what you have. But again, you don't need a huge, 20 by 20 room to have all this stuff because, I've got it all here in this size of a room. So a couple other things that I have over here on the wall, I've got a slew of resistance bands. So as you may find yourself needing to travel, those are great to take with you. And you get some handles that go with them. I've got some in that bag down there, but those are great for if you are a person that travels a lot, you have a sales job, or you just literally on the go all the time. Those are great additions to your collection. I also have a tree of just lighter, smaller dumbbells. I'll use these occasionally for certain like shoulder moves, or if I'm trying to do some flexibility or some just tendon stretching with my shoulders and stuff. But those are great for core exercises as well. So you can also include a set of smaller dumbbells like that. I also have some medicine balls back there. There's a couple 8-pound medicine balls and a couple of 6-pound medicine balls. I don't use those as much as I used to anymore. Those were pretty predominantly used in the X2 program. I don't use them a lot, but I still use them in core workouts occasionally. Another tool that I use quite often are these push-up stands. Now these are the original P90X Tony Horton push-up stands. They're metal, and they don't make these anymore, so I'm really glad that I got these. The ones they have now are plastic. I mean, they're still good, but they're just not as sturdy and heavy duty as those are because I use those a lot, and those are great. Let's see, I think that's about it from what I got started with initially, and then I added this rack, and I didn't actually add the entire thing that you see here day one either, because the way that this is from Rogue Fitness, and the way that they actually create their products is they're all kind of interchangeable, at least when you start from a certain product line perspective. So when I originally bought this, I just had these uprights that were back here in the back, and I had the spotter arms, and so it's basically just a squat stand at that point. I didn't have the pull-up bar that you see across the top here, and these taller uprights. I did not have those. I added those later. As a matter of fact, the barbell and the weights that I have here, I also did not have. I had a really jaggedy old like chrome barbell that a lot of people probably have started out with. I got it from Craigslist, and I got the weights from Craigslist, and there's nothing wrong with that. Those worked perfectly fine for me when I originally got started. But I wanted to include some higher quality equipment. And so what I did was I switched out that barbell for this one that I have today, which is a Rogue barbell, and the same with the weights. So the weights that I had originally were more like what you see here, traditional iron, metal weights. The problem with those, even though they are a lot thinner than what I have here, these bumper plates, they're super loud when you're doing like deadlifts and stuff. So when you get the bumper plates, these are from Rogue. These are just hard. There might be metal on the inside of these. I'm not exactly sure how they make them, but there's rubber on the outside, and it keeps that when you bounce them off the deadlift platform quite a bit. There's quite a bit less sound involved. So added the barbell and the weights, and actually the weights I added incrementally as well. I think I started out with like a set of like 150 pounds or 200 pounds, somewhere in there, and then I just, as time went on, I needed more weights, and so I bought more weights. But these are like the lowest level that they offer. They're kind of economy bumpers, and again, so like I said, you can get some quality equipment from Rogue that is not super expensive. I mean, it's going to be more expensive than what you'll find, obviously, on Craigslist or your local Dick's Sporting Goods or whatnot, but you can still get some great equipment that's not super expensive. One other thing that I did include as I started incorporating the rack and the barbell is this platform, which is just a sheet of laminated fiberboard, and so because this floor is a bit squishy, when you're doing squats, you want something that's quite a bit more resistant to when you're pushing up against it. So I definitely recommend that even if you have the flooring like I have here, that you put something on top of it when you're doing squats or deadlifts. That way, you're not pressing against that squishy floor, because that'll really limit the amount of weight that you can lift, and it creates some instability with your feet too as well. That's pretty much it. I wanted to just kind of give you a real high-level overview. I'll include links to all the stuff that I have in case you're interested in the specifics on models and gear and all that good stuff. But I got all this stuff in here, and this is in my living room pretty much. But like I said before, this is a dedicated space, and you may not have that available to you. But do with what you can with what you have, and that's the real important thing, is that start small, start with where you are, and then you can include or add to it as you progress. So, that's pretty much it. That's a tour of my home gym, and I didn't even leave this spot pretty much, and everything is right here in one room. But that's pretty much it. So, thanks guys, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.